Hello everyone, in this video I want to talk to you about importing your already made tests and quizzes that you spent hundreds of hours in previous years that you would still like to use now that you are using Schoology. The first thing that I want to tell you is that it's not necessarily hard, but you may have to do a little bit of research and a little bit of extra work to get them in there, but the amount of time that it will take you to do that and get your already made questions into Schoology is faster than it is to make a new question every single time you have a new question to make. And that's because of the loading times and all the clicking that you're going to have to do. So here's what I would do instead. First off, I have a program on my computer that came with a textbook that I was using for my students some time ago, and the program is called Examview. Schoology actually references Examview when you come here and you click on Import Test Quiz. It says it right here on this little document. It says, note, Examview questions can be imported by first exporting them to the Blackboard format and then using the Blackboard option above. That is how I got most of my questions from all of my years of teaching before I had Schoology into Schoology. It took some time because I organized them into smaller question banks, but it was very much worth it, and now I have access to all of those questions that I've ever used. And so what I do is I click on this Blackboard. If your district is using Edmastery, you can import from Edmastery. I have seen Edmastery some years ago, but I don't know how to use it, so I can't help you at all in using Edmastery to do that. But what I'm talking about with you right now is what to do if you don't have Examview to be able to export to Blackboard, but you have some quizzes that you would like to be able to put in there. And so here's an example of one. This is a quiz that I have given. Actually, this is not a quiz that I've given. This is a quiz full of questions that I have used, but I made it just so that I could give you an impression of what it would look like to be able to do this. So in Google, what you're going to need to do is you're going to have to find yourself a Blackboard test generator. And so when you type in Blackboard test generator, a qualifier that you should add in is that it has to export as a zip. Or you need to generate something that Blackboard calls a pool, which is code for a question bank. So if you do this, you will come up with some. It will come up with some. I was looking at some earlier to get a better idea. Some of them are being like outsourced, sort of. They're like not all the links work, so you're going to need to find one that you can. But they're all going to be different, and that's why I'm not going to show you how to use one. If I go to this one, it's going to tell me to follow a particular format to enter my questions, and you're literally copying and pasting from your Word document into the test generator. But this one here is going to have a slightly different format. So for example, this one might have me mark the right answer on a multiple choice question with the star before the answer choice, and this one might want me to put the star after the answer choice. So it's really going to be important to follow the rules. Some of them have you identifying the question type and lumping the question types together, and some of them don't. So just following the rules there and then changing the format for your your quiz that you already have to match it. One of them I saw you needed to take this thing out by putting a hashtag, and then it wouldn't see it anymore. And then, like I said, some of them have you putting a star after, and some of them have you putting a star before. So whatever it needs you to do, using the Blackboard test generator is not difficult, but it really depends on which one you choose to use. But it does need to export to zip. The reason I say it needs to export to zip is because when you come over here, after you've selected that and you want to import a file, first you have to click on this, which was not very obvious to me the first time because it's gray. You need to find a zip that you're going to be importing. I'm not going to import that one because I did that already. We're going to come, whoops, it's up here. Okay, so I've got all these zip files that I have made in the past. And so let's see, there's one right there. Okay. So I'm going to import this RCDM, which I believe is about reactions. I'm not really sure. And once it's done loading like that, I'm ready to push the import button. And so what I did was I had some test questions. I used a generator to make this in a Blackboard format. I got a zip file that has all my questions in it, and now I'm ready to import them. And so I push import, and it will tell me how many questions it's adding. 8. I just added 8 multiple choice questions. So they're multiple choice, reaction coordinate diagrams. That's what RCDM stands for. So now I have all these questions that I had made on a previous test to be able to ask my students questions. I've also used, I've kind of gone the extra mile. If you're really familiar with Examview, it has an import feature itself that you can import from Word. And then if you've ever used mail merge, you can go from an Excel file to a Microsoft Word document and then into Examview and then into Blackboard and then into Schoology, and you can get crap tons of questions really fast. That might be a little bit advanced for some of you, but that's okay. I have a good time doing that. So now I have all these questions that I just imported from a test that was previously on a paper, a Word document, and now it is in Schoology, ready for me to use. In another video, I talked about making a question bank, and so I can totally go and add these questions to a question bank somewhere and be able to use them in any quiz or test that I would like to. All right, well, thank you for watching, and I hope that was informational for you.